This is going to make me lose my mind. I'm letting you know.
Occasionally cashing in.
Are you a capitalist?
No, I'm a democratic socialist.
The Democratic Socialist curmudgeon is charging Bernie fanatics up to $100 a pop to hear him take down capitalism. Tickets do come with a copy of his new book. It's okay to be angry.
That's awesome. No, dude, guys, everybody knows it literally is illegal to be a socialist and make money. Like, everyone knows that. Socialism means living in poverty. Socialism actually is not about genuinely a man being entitled to the sweat of his brow, which so many fucking gamers unironically think is about libertarianism, when it's literally a joke. Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow is a Marxist statement that BioShock satirically attributed to a libertarian. Do you not understand that concept? People still yell at me about that because once I said, is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow, is literally a socialist statement. It is perhaps the best way that you can distill socialism down to like one sentiment. A man is entitled to the sweat of his brow is about the extraction of surplus labor value. Okay? Just because you cannot comprehend, just because you cannot fucking comprehend that concept does not change that reality. Okay? I will take every opportunity to say BioShock sucks. I don't think BioShock sucks. I think that was pretty good critique on fucking Ayn Rand and libertarians and all this shit. Dumbass literature that make fun of you.
The grossly affluent is a moral obscenity, and our economic system inevitably leads to oppressive and exploitative power hierarchies. Redistribution is the only ethical option. But now that I think about it a little more clearly, is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow?
No, a man is still entitled to the sweat of his brow from the start to the bottom. From start to bottom, top to finish. Okay, start to finish, top to bottom. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow is something that I have used to describe socialist or rather Marxist perspectives, because it is Marxist. The entire concept of socialism revolves around workers getting more of a, or at least having more of a say, if not directly more of the profits that they are generating. Without labor, there is no value. Okay? There is no value without labor. And the main problem under capitalism is that your bosses, who are not generating any sort of value whatsoever, okay, are the ones who dictate how much of your surplus labor value is extracted and what to do with your surplus labor value. That's it. That's the point. So when I say, is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow, I'm talking about workers. Workers are entitled to a larger percentage of the value that they present, the value that they create. That's it. That's at the heart of every fucking labor dispute. That's at the heart of every union and what they seek to do.
Angry about capitalism, which incidentally costs $28. And as you can imagine, Bernie's colleagues in Congress were quick to call out the irony. Now, Dana, I hear
it's just
you're
gross.
rolling your eyes.
It's gross. I'm verbally rolling my eyes. Yeah, so he's a walking advertisement for why the left is full of crap. This is
so awesome. Literally, this entire conversation is going to be one that everyone in this community, this entire conversation is one that every single member of this community has heard a million times over from every fucking dumbass that repeats pretty much the same exact sentiment. Maybe not identical words, but the same exact sentiments because they are guided by the same exact ideology. Okay? It's that socialism means you are subscribing to a poverty cult, and socialism means that you cannot demand wages, more wages. Socialism is the exact opposite of what socialism is supposed to be.
Is ridiculous. He has made. Do you remember when Hillary was going after him, and they had that ad about millionaires and billionaires, and then they changed it to just billionaires? Why did they do that? Because Bernie became a millionaire, and he could no longer say that. It's just crazy. It's okay. It's okay to earn money on your book. Like, didn't he start off as a writer?
He did.
I mean,
erotic fiction.
It's come a long way.
I hope it was fiction.
It's come a long way. No, him too.
Him too.
Well, the guy's allowed, is he not, Greg, to have 3 homes?
It's just so sad that, like, the audacity of, like, even implying that Bernie Sanders is a pervert when you're literally Geraldo Rivera, Jesse Waters, who, like, openly stated that he fucking kidnapped his original wife by, like, busting her fucking tires. Okay, that's the first interaction that he created for his now wife. And Greg Gutfeld, who is somehow the only figure more disgusting than Jesse Waters and repulsive to women around him. It's like, what the fuck do you mean? What do you mean? Well, how dare you? Yeah, they're gonna go from that to the 3 homes bit. Just wait.
Homes?
Yes.
Yep, 3 homes. Yes, 3 homes. How dare Bernie Sanders have like a fucking log cabin? How dare he? That's unacceptable, dude. That's completely unacceptable. He can't have, literally every fucking senator has to have at least 2 places of residence, okay? 1 in DC and 1 back home. That's just a fact. Like, literally every fucking, that's it. Every member of Congress has to have that because they have to go between both, okay? So that's normal. And then the third tiny ass fucking log cabin that was given down to him by his wife's parents. Oh man, that's so fucked up. He inherited a log cabin. Such decadence, dude. Such fucking decadence. And if he lived very minimally frugally, what do you mean he does live very minimally and frugally? Bro, what are you talking about? It's not like this motherfucker is caked up. He's driving around a goddamn Subaru. This is a fundraiser. Everything he does for the most part is a fucking fundraiser, okay? The fuck do you mean? And even if it wasn't, could be a nice donation. I want to donate something to your mom, my semen, okay? Shut the fuck up, you crusty. If you are actually a fucking leftist, shut your crusty bitch ass up. Do not ever log on to the internet again. Go fucking protest that the police have not been abolished. Okay? Shut your stupid fucking whore mouth up, you dumb bitch. I'm sick and tired of motherfuckers that agree with the Fox 5. You're watching 5 of the biggest fucking fascist troglodytes, and you literally are you're repeating it. If you are a leftist or consider yourself to be a leftist, and you turn around and fucking repeat Fox 5 propaganda, how the fuck do you not understand that you are engaging in right-wing, anti-socialist, anti-Marxist, anti-left, agitative propaganda? Consent has already been manufactured in your mind. And a big part of what fucking Twitter leftists do is this. It is deeply undesirable and it's incredibly fucking frustrating.
Everybody should have 3 homes.
I'm all for it.
Yes, each one for your Hummer. You know, the tickets should be free, or at very least, he should force half his audience to pay for the tickets of the other half. Or maybe 20% should pay for the remaining 80%. So the prices are like $500 per person, and everyone else is free. So the people that paid the $500 have to be next to like 8 people that didn't pay at all and listen to them. But what's most disgraceful about
Bernie literally doesn't matter. Characters don't matter. Communism isn't a person. Ideology isn't a person. Yes. But when you are considering yourself to be a leftist and you come into a prominent leftist community and then turn around and do the same bag watching bullshit that like a bunch of fucking fascist ideologues are doing directly on camera, I'm not angry because people are being mean to Bernie. I don't give a fuck, okay? I'm angry at the idiocy. I'm angry at the stupidity. I'm angry at the fact that a bunch of mouth-breathing idiots think that they are on board with a cause while simultaneously taking down someone who is at the very least a very prominent and very popular figurehead for said cause. More mainstream than anyone else has been in contemporary society. Okay? These are the same motherfuckers that are like, well, Engels would be a fake communist, to be fair. I mean, he owned a factory. You have nothing. You have no power. You have no organizing. You have no will. And you, more importantly than that, have no desire or understanding of the ideas that you claim to care about. All you're doing is engaging in reactionary propaganda, but from a leftist position, okay? An ostensibly leftist position. Actually, normal people see political ideology through leadership. Bernie representing socialism is what led to its growth in our generation. I do agree with that. Denying that is fucking moronic. We cannot allow our leaders to be character assassinated and expect our movement to win basic shit. Exactly. Nobody is perfect and we're all hypocrites. I agree with you. There is nothing hypocritical about what Bernie has done. Okay? No, you do not agree with me. While I do personally agree with the notion that, yes, people are hypocritical ultimately, okay? There is nothing hypocritical about the things that they are talking about, especially because considering any of the things that they're using against Bernie as hypocrisy is undermining leftist attitudes, is undermining what Marxism is about. They know that, and that's why they're using it. But if you have the capacity to understand that, then never in a million fucking years act like that shit is anything but propaganda.
this? He's working with Ticketmaster. This is 2023. Ticketmaster? What does that
Is that the one that got in trouble because of Taylor Smith?
Yep.
Slave?
Yo, that's literally the fucking, dog, it's a monopoly. What the fuck? That's literally the point. Yes, it's like dumbass chatters who are like, I can't believe, Hassan, you would claim to be a socialist and yet you work with Amazon. Where am I supposed to go? AWS owns nearly the entirety of the market. If I don't work with Twitch, do I go and work with Google? Is Google better? On YouTube? Do I go to fucking Facebook? That is how this shit works. You cannot escape the system. You have to use the tools that the system offers you to advance your agenda. So fucking annoying. Losing it.
Slaves Bernie,
Okay.
I guess you don't care about race anymore, do you?
Okay, here's the thing. You can watch him for free all day on C-SPAN, so why would you bother to pay the $95? And if you think about it, if minimum wage is something like $17, you literally have to work the whole day to pay to watch him give a speech. I mean, none of it makes sense. It's the classic hypocrisy.
The judge brings up minimum wage. You don't think the minimum wage is adequate, do you? The federal minimum wage was $7.25 an hour. Shouldn't it be more than double that?
I don't care.
Isn't Bernie Sanders right?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't.
The most honest thing Jesse's ever said.
Ask Fox Business about the minimum wage.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't care. Like, he literally doesn't. But I'm really glad. I'm glad that, you know, I hear the exact same sentiment. The exact same sentiment that they are engaging in, the exact same resentment, the exact same anti-leftist agitated propaganda from people who called themselves leftists. It's fucking fire, man. It's great.
This tells me the left is on the march. First, Warren comes after Kamala. And then a day later, Bernie launches a book and goes on tour. When you do that, you're running for president. So he's running for president. We're going to have to send Johnny to the book tour to ask these people questions about paying $100. But it's okay to be angry about capitalism, but what's he going to replace it with? Bernie, what does he want to replace it with? Socialism? We had socialism during the pandemic.
I bring you back.
And Pfizer got rich and insurance companies got rich.
I bring you back to his point about the minimum wage. The fact that the federal government of the United States of America has a $7.25 minimum wage, that is a slave wage. Even $17 an hour is only $35,000 a year.
Well, why doesn't Joe raise it?
So I think that despite the fact that he...
Wait, Geraldo, why does...
That's great. It's a great question, actually. Great question. Why doesn't Joe raise it? I wonder why. Because you monkeys are doing the same shit that he's doing, okay? All you're doing is dancing around the same structure, and you don't want Joe to raise it anyway. You already said, I don't give a shit.
Doesn't Joe raise it?
He had the House, the Oval, and the Senate.
Oh, they already just had both chambers.
Well, do you think the Republicans...
Who cares what I think? I'm not president.
Republicans for 2 years.
Another honest thing.